underutilized the whole time. It's rigged. I guess they.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Jags and the Colts, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and the calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They'll drop this down to Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You look at this Jaguar defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Now this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Richardson. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
1st and 10, it's Richardson. They're going right back to Pittman. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 98 yards, and a score.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. This defense for the Jags, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. And this will be a 45-yard. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter, and what a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now ETN to start the drive. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Colt defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
That's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and it came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Lawrence to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. Inside the 10. Touchdown. Christian Kirk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. The field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go.
Richardson on 2nd and 10. This one into the hands of Will Mallory. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Pack the 60. Pack the 60. Ready?
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
And now he got away from that first tackler. No idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Alert! No! No!
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars 39. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On 1st down, Richardson. A short throw pulled in by Woods. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now it's Richardson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Ready.
Off play action. Richardson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. 2nd down. Here's Richardson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the 1st half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Now he's loose at the 40, and he will step out of bounds, but not before he's all the way across the 50. 51 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
The Jaguars had 7-4 on the year, and they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now Lawrence to throw. A short throw to Ingram. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
They go play action with Lawrence. Wide open receiver, complete. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then, and now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Second and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
1st and 10, Taylor now. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of action. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This taken in by Downs. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Again, it's Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Richardson to the air on first down. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Richardson looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Now Lawrence. And his throw here's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Play action. It's Lawrence. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Alert! Alert!
Here's Richardson to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Osborne. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. The Colts send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Pulled in at the 24. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 2. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Well, now hang on here, because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Etienne up the middle. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage. Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
They're just going to run a drive route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a 1st down.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Let's go.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And he'll go down at the 28. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football up a triple option, you've actually called that play.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Lawrence will throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. 1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Richardson working from the gun. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Trayvon Walker in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, I wish his staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And there to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Lawrence to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Ready.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play number 7. Drive, 3rd and 5. Lawrence. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. This from 36 yards out. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
This one completes Alec Pierce. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were in